Hey guys, hi. So another day, another video. So in today's question, in SQL itself, we'll be doing one more question, which is of big countries, okay, in lead code SQL, and we'll go through understanding of how to look into a question, how to read a question properly, and then answer it. What is the thought process behind answering, even before you write the code. So one thing that I would like to tell you guys is that whenever you start coding, be it pandas or SQL or anything, what you think is the language you're learning, try to write down the steps first on like a piece of paper, because I believe that that approach has helped me save a lot time in uh, wasting time in just writing select statement, just select star from the table and then solving it. That approach is not the best approach in my opinion. The best thing you can do is that write down what steps you think. First, try to create a pseudocode on a piece of paper, that or you can just draw the tables on on a piece of paper and think that, okay, this is the approach I feel that is a great way to solve this particular query this table better in any way. So that's the way I think is a better way to write codes. And another being, yeah, write down the thing and then start coding. Okay. So I will not be doing this because I already understand it, because the code's quite simple. But if the code is tougher, I would actually I know something happened in the camera. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So if the something happens, if the code does not work or something, I might actually, write down the entire step. But I can tell you guys how to go about doing it. So let's get into the video without wasting a lot of time. So let me go to big countries. Yeah. So let me switch off the, yeah, this is, I don't want that. Yeah. So here, if you can see in here is that, so let's see, the question we're looking at is big countries, okay? It's a SQL 50 problem, and let's read the question, okay? So it says that a country is big if it has an area of at least 300,000, 3 lakh or 30 lakhs, something like, 3 million, I think so, yeah, 300,000, yeah, it's 300,000, which one it has? It has three, yeah, so around 300,000 area, and it has a population of almost 25 million people, okay? And write a solution to find the name, population, and area of big countries. Name, population, area of big countries, okay? Now, when this is coming up, okay, there are few things that you need to do. It. Don't start off with, I know you guys probably know the answer to this, which is, you have to use where statement, very obvious, okay? So what you need to pay attention is to this question, this area. It is an area of at least 3 million. Okay. So what you have to do in here is that it has a, it has to be 300,000 greater than or equal to, because it has said that at least. So it is important that it is at least, okay, it should be equal to also, okay, to 300,000, okay. And another being at least 25 million people, which just means that, uh, which simply means that it has to be equal to again, okay. So this is something that you need to focus on, and it's just not about solving certain writing a query. It's a pretty simple query, to be honest, okay. Another thing you can you have to note into what table format. So this is a table format they have given us. What table format they need is this, which they need, it has to be name, population, and the area of the big countries, okay. Another thing that you have to notice that, okay, so return the result table in any order. So you don't have to use an order by function. So if I had to write down the approach I would write, before even like I start coding, or before even I show you the code, okay, I'll start off by mentioning what are the important aspects in this, okay. So I'll say that if it's big, it has to be at least 3 million, first condition, and another being it has to be 25 million, something like this, okay. Yes, okay. Another being that what we need is requirement of this is requirement is something like name, population, and area. Okay. And third being is any order. Okay. So if you can see it, I'm not sure whether you can see in the camera or not. So what I've basically written down is three conditions, which is at least 3 million, at least 25 million, and what format do they want in, which what are the columns they really need in this one, and what is the order they needed. So here they don't need any order, they don't need any order. So yeah, now you might understand, you might say that why write waste time in writing down like this way. So personally my approach is that I have solved a lot of big questions, and one of the reason that I've been able to solve them primarily has been because I had this step, mind map, you can say that. I didn't have to go and read the question, because questions are usually paragraphs, okay, and trying to read the entire thing again is is very frustrating, and you often get lost in words. So when I complete, let's say if I complete the at least area, let's say big, I've achieved the first condition, I've achieved that, I'll put a tick mark to it. And if I have to achieve the second condition, then I'll put another tick mark to it. So doing this format has helped me get better in writing the code in any way, be it pandas or be it SQL. So let's look at the code for once and complete this question. So if you look at the code here, it says that the way we said, okay, it has to be name, population, area, okay, and that's the way we want it from world, and where area is greater than 3 million, or population. As you mentioned, another thing I missed here was the or column here, okay, because in here it was not and, okay, if they don't need it to be 3 million or and 25 million, okay, it is important that it has to be or, okay. So it's a very important factor that you have to also consider when you're writing down the code, okay. And this is often you miss, okay, while I can miss because I'm explaining and talking at the same time, but this is where you miss writing a code. So I don't want you to be writing wrong codes. I want you to be writing correct code, and this had to be on the paper. That is where you actually these are small aspects. So if this was a big code, okay, your entire thing might have gone wrong. So it is very tough to debug this particular thing if it was like a 80-85 line SQL query code. So it's important that you write down on a piece of paper and able to write down all the requirements and then start writing. So this is where a lot of people make mistake. So we did not put any order in here because it's not required. Simple, as you must have already guessed it, because it is a very pretty simple statement. Area is equals to 3 million, or population equals to greater than 25 million. Okay, so that's about it. It's a pretty simple question. Let's run it once and see if it works or not. So pretty went well, okay. Pretty simple question, and it's a pretty good one. And I think that's about it for this video. And yeah, it's a pretty some good question to understand the importance of reading the questions in a right way. And it's a really important thing to start doing it. So I would try to also get the same approach in the next question, in the next question that I'll be solving live. So that's about it. Have a good day, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.